Hello and welcome to Wednesday Till I Die podcast. This is extra time following the 1-0 win away at Stoke City. We're going to be talking about whether we think there's an imminent takeover at the club with, could be putting 2 and 2 together and getting 96, but it certainly feels like something is happening. And also, we're going to be discussing in more detail whether we think we can actually do it. Can we actually do what looked like the unthinkable, the mountain that was insurmountable, as they said after Peterborough. Can we actually survive relegation in the Championship? Let's talk about the first one, though, whether we think there's an imminent takeover. For me, and I kind of asked this question on Wednesday, but I just I feel like everything's just totally out of character.
Yeah, and I said no, didn't I, on Wednesday night, but now, the things that we've discussed and, excuse me, when you do look at a few bits and bobs, obviously the season ticket thing now as well, something's happening, isn't there?
Yeah. We said in the pre-season, didn't we, or after Moore went and stuff like that, and everything else that's rumbled on with like the 1867 group and wanting to get him out, I said, didn't we, would you accept Chansiri if he made these changes? And I think there was a unanimous, when by these changes I mean director of football.
Yeah. You'd give him, I think between us, our group, we would accept it. And
I think most people would. I think there was quite a unanimous yes across most of the fan base. but it all came, we discussed it, and then it all came back to one thing, and it was, but he's not going to do that. Because he's not done any of that in the last 8 years that he's been at the football club. All the decisions he's made and stuff, he's never done what we see as the right thing. You can probably, he's done some good things.
Yeah.
But then you can count on the other hand, twice over, maybe even 3 times, the amount of bad things he's done. So you're like, not everyone makes all bad decisions, but he made a lot more bad decisions than good. So I just thought that it's not really gonna make them changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for him to, when you add it all up, I mean, I've got some written down. Like, he came out with a statement when Cisco was still there that he wasn't prepared to put any extra money into the club. We've talked about that quite a few times, and that was a written statement. Let's not forget. That's not a flippant comment in the media. Talking to Joe and Alex, or one of his lengthy rants on a fan forum where he spoke for 50 minutes, and you pick out, he said that many things, you could probably pick out numerous things that he said that he then don't mean. And let's be right as well, he's not come out and said that, like there's certain things, like the 200 grand for the tax, or whatever it was, 2 million. He's come out and said, well, I didn't mean that. He's not said that about the not putting money into the club. So he obviously he's either just not going to say it's a lie, or it's actually the truth that he's not putting money into the club. But then he's since then gone on to appoint Danny Röhl. I mean, he sacked Cisco for starters. I mean, he's got a new job now, hasn't he? So, sorry. My understanding is that he doesn't then carry on paying him now because he has got a new job.
So, yeah.
But then we appointed Danny Röhl. Now, it is his first managerial job, but it's not going to be cheap, I don't think, given where he's come from and the pedigree that he's got. Then we go on to appoint Chris Powell as assistant coach. I mean, he's England assistant manager until earlier on this year. Head of academy at Spurs. Again, not going to be cheap. We then appoint Sasha Lenz, but a performance manager, like something that we've never really
had.
Yeah. Then Henrik Pedersen. Let's not forget, he left a managerial job to become the assistant at Sheffield Wednesday, which is mad. I mean, I'm not sure what he was getting paid as the manager. Danish second tier. Can't imagine it being a great deal, but still, like that's He's a manager, and he's got in his second, in effect, a step down. Sal Bibbo worked with Petr Cech. He's the goalkeeping coach at Arsenal. And then we've just gone and appointed a head of recruitment, which, why would you do that if you're not going to put any extra money into the club? If you're just like, you're just probably just let manager pick a few players, wouldn't you? That you want, or get just agents to come and here you go, because agents do, don't they? Oh, we've got this player, we've got that player. Yeah. But so yeah, all that when you said you're not going to put any money into the club, it just, I don't know. For me, there's too many things that are just. They're not right. They actually are right,
and that's the surprising thing.
But I just don't think Chansiri is making these decisions.
Well, no, for me, it's either that he has taken a step away and there's someone else, who that someone else is, I don't know, helping him make these decisions.
Do you think it could be Danny Röhl not making the decision? Do you think it could be Danny Röhl just saying, "I want these, I want this"?
Well, yeah, he'll definitely be saying what he wants and how he thinks it should be done. And is he actually? Because let's be honest, under Moore, he let him do what he wanted, within reason. And I'm guessing he suggested things, and from what I can understand, he had quite a lot of involvement of how decisions that were made and all this, that, and the other. And we did well. And he came back in. Showed his face again, maybe Bolton game, was it, after around that time when the 1-1 draw, and we started seeing him a bit more, and what happened? But do you know what I mean?
Barnsley away.
Is it that he's saying this is what I want and this is how I want it to be done, and he's actually thinking, you know what, this kid's come from international football. I should listen to how he wants it to be run. He's come up through Leipzig and whatever else.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, kind of thing.
Or is it the fact that he might have got a new advisor that he's actually letting advise? I don't know. I think. Or is it that there's external investment from somebody else, and they're having a say because it's their money that's getting spent?
Yeah, and I feel like the more and more I think about it, it becomes more and more plausible that that's what's happened. I've heard quite a few people say, "Wait, but why would people put money into a club when they don't own it yet?" That's what happens.
Yeah. Or
how many times have you seen it that someone else has bought a play?
Well,
it's only for a signing.
But you look at, for example, Newcastle. There's multiple people that have got, but someone's got 51 or whatever, and they've got the final. But they work together, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not just one person.
Yeah.
And they have meetings, and there's clubs with massive boards and shareholders and this, that, and the other. And you get external investment. It's what happens.
Yeah.
It's what happens. So yeah, it could be, because like we're saying, the season ticket thing's massive, isn't it? Because it's not suddenly just listen to the fans because we're moaning, because we've moaned for the last 3 years and it's not changed anything.
I've seen people say that. They've had, like going because I tweeted out saying that I think something's happening, and a few people have had a bit of a not replied to me direct, but said, "Well, people are thinking that it's outside investment just because season tickets aren't on sale," and it's not just because of the season tickets. It's, as we've just mentioned, it's a lot of things that have been happening. Do you know what I mean? The appointments, the things he's said, the rumours of the $30,000 a week striker, which the man, Danny Röhl's not just put to bed. He hadn't just said, "Oh, that's not true." Like, so when you add all that together, it does sound like there is someone there that is actually putting money in, and whether that's going to be a new owner, you never know. Like, there's been rumours of people from the States that are owning NFL teams already, which, like Nick said on the debate show, they're multi-million pound franchises. They're huge over there. That's not just like a little business that they're owning. And do you know what? For me, if there was a new owner, would you mind that the perhaps American and own an NFL team?
Not really. It wouldn't bother me.
For me, I feel like the fact that they'll own a club or a sports team, I mean, it's not the same. Football's not the same as. But
there's
NFL.
There's exchangeable knowledge, isn't there?
Yeah, they've got
transferable
fans.
knowledge.
They've got fans.
Yeah,
We've got fans, and we all know that fans are different. And there's the whole wages, and it's not a business. It's a business, but I feel like the fact that you've already done that
It's a similar, you've got, like you say, wages, you've got players that you've got to look after, management, whatever, coaching. It's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. And like you say, it's massive money, in it, over there.
Yeah.
So it's not just, like you say, it's not just dog and duck. Do you know what I mean? Like, as we always say, but it's not something small. It's something that's massive.
But it's also like
I'm not just talking in terms of the size of the investment. I'm just on about the money they're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
And the business they're running.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, and it's all the other thing that comes into it as well. Like, look, I don't want Sheffield Wednesday to turn into an NFL team or anything like that. In terms of how it's running. I don't want bloke walking up and down with hot dogs and stuff like that, and trying to sell me Gatorade or whatever. But when you look at what they do, it's not just I know their games last forever, don't they? But the whole spectacle and everything, it might be that they can bring a few. I mean, look, we're talking totally pie in the sky. I don't think there's any. It's literally just speculation here, like just plucking something out of nowhere. But I would prefer someone like that rather than someone that's taking a punt.
Yeah.
For the first time, I'd even probably have that over a local person as well. Like as much as I'd want a local, a Wednesday fan to own Sheffield Wednesday because they'd have that passion and stuff like that. But I sometimes think when you've got that much passion for something, you make decisions based on
that are blurred, like
you make decisions based on your heart, emotion driven, rather than making a decision that's best for the actual
club and the business and
exactly. Whereas
the future or whatever it may be. I probably tend to agree with you on that as well, mate. And you could get someone in as a chairman or a CEO or whatever that is local, to help you with all that side of it and help you run it and whatever else. But like you say, there seems to be too much going right for it.
Yeah. It's mental, isn't it? How much is going right and the stuff on the pitch as well. And in a way...
And you know what? And it's weird, isn't it? Because it's just, you're so like... I just can't see... Like with everything else, it's like, I just can't see him doing it. Like, surely he's not finally gone, I'm going to listen to them fans.
No. I don't think
and I'm not going to put season tickets on sale.
10,000 season tickets at £500 a pop is £5 million. That's not to be sniffed at. Do you know what I mean? I think the wage bill is reportedly £15 to £16 million a year. That's like nearly, a third of the wage bill in what just in
1 hit.
Yeah, for 10,000 tickets.
One window, 2 weeks.
Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like for 10,000 tickets, which isn't even, we're probably closer to 19,000, 20,000 season ticket holders probably when you look at it, and that's just taking an average of £500 a ticket.
Yeah,
it could be more than that. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just for easy numbers, and I don't. You can't go from not paying your tax bill to then suddenly, because I thought the same thing. Season ticket's going to come out soon. That's the next thing, and it's cash flow issues. He mentioned that cash flow. Waiting for someone to pay him, waiting for money owed. You can't go from that to then suddenly just I don't need a £5 million cash injection into the club. Like, you either needed the money or you didn't need the money. Like, and the other thing that really, I mean, just as an aside, that really, really pissed me off with the season tickets. One, the timing was all wrong.
Again.
Yeah, the timing was absolutely all wrong. 2 weeks, 3 weeks before Christmas or whatever it is, to put season tickets on sale. Absolutely
same old, innit?
But not only that, it were the fact that, like, with all the everything that's gone on and how the team's performing and everything, I felt like he were doing it to like he's got your pants down basically, because he knows that because now things have started turning good again. All of a sudden, people are going to be like, "Oh, we could do it. I'm going to get it cheapest possible."
Yeah.
And also with all the other phases that have been previously, you already know that you're going to be paying another 30, 40, 50 quid if you wait. So he's like kind of forces you into doing that. But not only that, just to the tickets are going on sale, and I feel like it's just all rushed. I feel like tickets, that sort of decision that you're making, shouldn't be just because someone's complained. It's something going to change. All your forecasting goes on ticket sales, doesn't it? Like, I feel like for them to actually come out and say they're going to be on sale on Friday, and then not actually put them on sale. Like, what the fuck's happened, like, behind the scenes for actually that to... I went out and I put my season ticket on a credit card last time. I've gone out and got another credit card with 0% purchases, which should be in tomorrow. And you get 60 days to make a purchase. So if the season tickets don't come out in 60 days, I've just, like, knackered my credit score. Because then what we have to do now, like, cancel it and then apply for a new one. Do you know what I mean?
And then it's not your thing again. Yeah, mate, it's
like,
mad. And the thing is, right, I know it's we moan they're coming out and the moan what the price is going to be, and now we're moaning that they haven't come out. But that's a prime example of what, them coming out early.
Yeah.
Because, if you know they're going to come out in, it's Christmas. It's, it's hard time. It's hard time at the moment anyway, but it's Christmas and whatever. People won't have, unless they're your standard working class, whatever, certain level won't just have that money to be able to go and spend.
A lot of people live to the means.
Yeah. And so people have to do stuff like that, but then there's people who haven't even got credit or can't get credit for whatever reason.
Yeah, but what a sad state to be in.
And then, you've had to get number what, I don't know, whatever, but there's people who've had to try and do that, or they'll have to, you have to, like you say, it affects your credit score, it can affect a lot of other things. Having to go and do that.
Yeah, because when the tickets things came out, and obviously there are no prices, we still don't know how much they're going to be. They've not even come out with that information. But when it came out that the ticket's going to be on sale on Friday, the most liked and shared tweet was a tweet from a guy saying that you could get a 0% credit card from whoever.
Yeah, because I said that to you. I don't think we mentioned it last week, but I was like, how sad's that, really? Don't get me wrong, it's good, because it's good information, like, if you need, because the people needed it, but on the other hand, isn't it mad that that's what...
Yeah, that's where we're at. We're at a stage as a football club. We're having to help people trying to afford a ticket, which... Again, I got pelters for this one as well, like saying that I said that we should do it monthly direct debit, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you can put it on a credit card." Like you said, not everyone can have a credit card, and it's the hassle of having to go and search around, and people make wrong decisions, don't they, and panic and just stop. Next minute they got a credit card that
don't have zero thinking all.
Yeah, exactly, and they're fucking paying through the nose for something, gets some rate trouble because they've panicked, and like they need to get the season ticket and stuff, and they don't want to pay more. But I just like this should just be a direct debit solution, as in just like a membership thing.
Yeah, and there's many, like we were discussing it, weren't we? There's many, people might not pay or whatever, but they'd have to figure that out. There's certain things you could do to.
We're 2023, man.
Yeah, it's just it, mate. We'll see what happens, won't we?
Rotherham do it. Rotherham. Do you know what I mean? Little old Rotherham have a direct debit where you pay monthly, and that's it. And it auto renews at the end of the season, and they tell you with enough advance notice that if you don't want to continue it, you've got until this time to tell us to cancel it, and it'll not renew at the end of the season. And great. And do you know what? How many times have you got something direct? No, you sign up to something, a Netflix or a Disney
and
Plus. The time you realise, you go, oh fucking hell! Like it's auto renewed.
Well, talking about it's like thingy that credit experience, credit score thing. Because when I was back getting, you need it at certain points if you get a mortgage and whatever else.
Yeah.
And then that's £15 a month or £10 a month, and you just forget.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And not saying that's a good bit.
No, but what I mean is, like, people will just rather than having that conversation of shall I get one, shall I not? You don't have to have that conversation anymore.
It'll just carry on.
It just carries on.
And you take it into it. It'd go out of my bills account and it'd be considered as just a bill. Yeah,
exactly. It's just another thing that you pay for every month. Like, and I don't think it works both ways as well. Like, if your ticket goes from £500 to £550, then the monthly amount might be gone up by, I don't know what the difference is there. Like that's going to be £4. Like it's 54 instead of 50, which when you break it down, that's like not getting a sausage and bacon sandwich one day a month. Do you know what I mean? So when you look at it like that, I know you can do that for everything.
Whereas it's not, I know what you mean.
You're not having to save that money up.
No,
and
no.
You don't get that surprise of all of a sudden, boom, season tickets. Oh, shit. I've not got 400? Fucking hell, where am I sitting? Under 18s ticket. You ain't got 500, 600, 700 quid just lying around. Or for people that have got, the partner and then the kids potentially. That if it depending on how old the kids are, you could be. Some people could be looking at like upwards of nearly £2,000 for a family to buy a season ticket, whereas it's going to be 140.
We're not even halfway through the bloody current season.
Yeah, I don't even know we're going to play next season. It could just be 160 quid a month, which all right, still a lot of money, but it's not.
I get. Yeah, mate. There's loads of ways you could do it, and like you say, it's just weird that they're going on. We need all this money, and then suddenly it's like, actually, we don't.
Yeah, we're looking to spend more money. I know we can get rid of players, and that could fund things, and especially on wages, I'm sure we could quite easily get rid of 30 grand wages. When you look at, Ashley Fletcher, but he's not on. I bet he's not on £2,000 a week, is he?
Yeah,
he's going to be on a fair whack as well. What an absolute waste of money he is. Right, let's talk about whether we think we can do it or not. We were talked before about getting carried away and things like that. I've been a firm believer since Danny Reel come in. I had a belief that we could do it. Like I don't know. I had that funny feeling in me. Like
yeah, mate. I'm the same. And, when we were saying what's the point when it dies?
Yeah.
What point is that? It's not come yet. Whatever that point was for me.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like...
And I don't know when that point is now, because it's very different to what, I think we were saying, it was the Rotherham game, weren't it, that kind of changed it. And if we don't win X game, or we've not got X amount of points by X amount of time, but we've done that, and I think we can, mate. I think we can.
We've gone past that now, though, haven't we? We're on the way... I feel like we're on the way up now. We've got 7 points from his last 9, which is decent form, that, isn't it? I think if you look at the form of the last 5 games, I think we're something like 11th. But obviously before the Leicester game, there were 2 defeats. So that kind of skews it not in our favour, as so to speak. But not many teams will have... I'm going to just have a look now, actually. Your top 4 have all got 7 out of 9 or 9 out of 9, and then Watford have got 7 out of the last 9, and that's it. So last 3 games were like promotion.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, I know it's not going to carry on.
No.
We're not just going to keep winning every single game. That's never going to happen. But we don't need to. Like the gap is 8 points.
Yeah, and was it Nick midweek on the debate show saying if you were 8 points off promotion, would you just give up? And I know it's different. We were saying there's lots of you're a better team, aren't you? But it is I get that, it's 8 points. And if you were 8 points off promotion or playoffs, you wouldn't question it, would you?
No, you think I could do that. We've played 20 games this season. And how many games is this? 46. We're not even halfway through the season yet. We've still got some teams yet to play once. I'm just looking as well in terms of the games we've got coming up before now until January. Norwich away, QPR at home, Cardiff at home, Coventry away, and then Preston away. They are tough games, but I'm at a position now where, other than playing Leicester, Leeds, Southampton. Although Leeds is at Hillsborough. Ipswich is at their place, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have got them 3 all away from home, the other 3 other than Leeds. Other than them 4 teams, there's no other team that I feel like we fear.
No. And yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because like I say, I'm not, but we said it the whole season. It's the rest, innit? they're all just the rest in this league.
Yeah.
And how many of them have we were either just crapper than them.
Yeah.
They were Preston weren't that good when they came to Hillsborough.
I think they're in some terrible form at the moment.
Who else was there? There's been a few, there's been quite a few where you think they're not that good. We're just worse.
Yeah.
Huddersfield
were really poor, weren't they? I mean, they're a poor side anyway.
So yeah, mate, it's literally like you say, anyone can beat anyone in this league, really. We just need to get. We've got the ball rolling now. Wait, didn't mean that. But we've got the ball rolling. We've got the momentum going. We're playing better. The results have started to come.
The confidence.
Surely it can only get better. And a few tweaks in January could be massive.
Do you know what? I looked at Millwall's fixtures, and Millwall, I think they've got Leicester on Wednesday. So bear in mind the gap's 8 points to Millwall. They're one of the 3 teams on 21 points, along with Stoke and Huddersfield. So they've got Leicester midweek, which I don't want to tempt fate, but you'd like to think that's going to be. I think it's at Leicester's ground as well, so that you probably think Leicester are going to take 3 points there. And then I think they play QPR. I think it's QPR, Stoke, and Huddersfield are the next 3 games after that. So they've got literally a 6-pointer, like
every game,
every game after Leicester. But not only that, when you look at it from our point of view,
not one of them two ain't going to get all the points.
Yeah, exactly. They're either going to draw and both drop 2 points, which is probably the best result, or one of them's going to lose. So if we continue to pick up points, a point here and there, a win or whatever, chances are we're going to gain some ground on these sides. I mean, look, Millwall could have an absolute shocker and lose those. I mean, I kind of hope they don't, really, because draws would be better because it keeps it all close.
Yeah.
When you're waiting on one team to fuck up, invariably they don't. Whereas when it's 3 or 4 teams, one or 2 or 3 are normally
probably will. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Probably going to mess up a little bit, and it's going to help you out a little bit, but. But I've got the belief that we're gonna stay up. I think I was about to ask you there. Where would it, if we did stay up? I mean, I suppose it's gonna. The manner in which we stay up would dictate this a little bit. But I suppose it's not going to top. It's not going to top last season, is it? Really, staying up in the Championship.
I don't know. I think staying up...
Would it be a bigger achievement? It's weird, isn't it?
Maybe not, because if certain decisions hadn't been made, I don't think it'd have been as hard as what it has been. So...
We've created it ourselves, yeah.
I'll say we. But, so yeah, I don't know. It'd be class, mate. It'll be brilliant. It'll be one of the best things that we've done for a while, But I just don't think it'd top last season.
But you know what though? No, I feel like if we did it, I feel like we'd be safe by a country mile. Do you know what I mean? We're playing that much better than what like the other teams in the league and how we played before. I don't think we're anywhere near a relegation side, in the way that we're playing the high press and the football that we're playing and things like. I mean, I don't watch every other team, but what bits of what I've seen, I just think we're so much better than that. And the gap is only, we could by the whole game in January, we might be out of the, we might be out of the relegation zone, and I feel like we'll probably. If we do survive, I don't think it's going to go down to the last game of the season. Like Rotherham, if they survive, that'll probably be like a last game of the season job, just scraping by, like getting points and stuff. But I think we're playing well enough to beat these sides that are around us and stuff. And yeah, I think we'll finish mid-table.
Yeah, I think January's going to be massive in it, because if we can get, we've been creating bar yesterday. We've been creating loads.
Yeah.
But more
we
than
have, yeah.
Yeah, we have, and more than the other teams.
Yeah.
And we just need. But if we keep playing well, other players will play better, and if we get a striker that's decent and starts scoring, and if Kadamar carries on and whatever else, and we get this other striker, we can swap and change or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
But I think, like you say, I just think like what you said. I think the football's so much better, and we are playing better than a lot of the other teams we have seen so far.
Yeah, exactly. Right, let's wrap things up there. Apologies for the coughing throughout that. Like, I've no idea. So I'm having some sort of coughing fit. So yeah, apologies if that got picked through the microphone, which I'm sure it probably did. But yeah, going to wrap things up there. Massive thanks for everyone for being Patreon members. Just a reminder that we'll be meeting after the game on Saturday in the, what's it called? The Wednesday tap.
Yeah, we need to check that though, don't we?
But yeah, I've heard that it was closed.
Yeah, the other week it was closed after the game because they had Christmas dues in, so probably going to try and get in contact with him.
If it is closed, we'll just go to the new barrack.
But we'll put it in the
yeah.
We'll check and we'll get it in group.
Do come down. It'd be nice to put a face to a name. Obviously, we all have lots of discussions in the Discord group and everything, and just be nice just to meet everyone that listens to us on these extra time shows and debate show and everything like that. Obviously, I know you've all got your little avatars and stuff like that, but just nice to meet some of you. Don't be shy. Do come along. You never know. I might treat you to a pint as well. So if that's not going to get you to come for at least one drink, then I don't know what will. So yeah, cheers guys, and we'll see you all next time. Cheers.